Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22 and we are starting with Crutchlow here in Aragon, and my goodness, the AI in this game suck. They are so slow. So this time around we're using power setting 2. Now I know what you're thinking, Crutchlow's not in MotoGP 22. Well, he isn't. So I had Sergio recreate his number for the front of the bike, and I already had his helmet from another user, and I will confess I don't recall who the other user was, but big thanks to the person who made the Crutchlow helmet on MotoGP 22. Now, I've been wanting to do this video a while, and I've also had this video recorded for a while, but I just didn't get a chance to do it. Crutchlow was the top Yamaha in Aragon this season, which is crazy to think, but the Briton started from 19th on the grid and finished as top Yamaha. Now, of course, yes, you could say the only reason he finished top Yamaha is because the rider who we're just currently battling with got taken out in the race. Now, of course, no fault of Marquez or Fabio Quartararo that incident happened, but Fabio was not competing for the rest of the Grand Prix. So Crutchlow took the honours of taking top points for Yamaha as we get into a bit of a skirmish there with Fabio going into turn 12. I don't think Fabio would be too pleased if this happened in real life, but Crutchlow, brilliant performance, I think. He came back onto that Yamaha. Of course, he's been testing it and trying to improve the motorcycle. It's not going as planned. The bike is not that great. It's down on power. We all know this. This is elementary. We've all spoken about this in the past. But still, the retired rider comes back, does his business, retires again, and has a bit of time off. And gotta say, I really miss Crutchlow, but absolutely clattering into the back of Fabio Quartararo there. Just didn't expect Quartararo or Aleix Espargaro to break so soon. They really break early here in MotoGP 22. Not quite what I'm accustomed to from playing a lot of Superbike 22, but up on the inside into turn 1 we do regain the position which we just lost a moment ago, and now we can do battle with Aleix Espargaro, which gets me thinking. Take your mind back to 2014. I do believe it was 2014 if my memory serves me right. Crutchlow on the factory Ducati versus Aleix Espargaro on the NGM Mobile Forward Yamaha. Back in the days when CRTs and ART bikes were a thing. They did battle and they forced it out for a podium finish in Aragon. I do believe both of them finished on podium, but that was Aleix's best podium finish. I recall that quite well. It was quite the battle between those two, and seeing this fold out now, or unfold should I say, right now between Aleix and Cal is going to be quite fun. We're a second down to Aleix, or just less than a second at this point of the Grand Prix, still sticking with power setting 2. I don't want to be using power setting 3 because I find that that'll be just too easy. I don't really want to do it, although I'm not that confident here in Aragon. We'll see how this one pans out, but approaching the final sector, we're still roughly the same gap to Aleix. I think we're much quicker in the first split, going in from the first corners up into turn 6 and beyond. We get quite close, but up to the corkscrew, I believe we can get quite close to the Spaniard and take some valuable time away from the number 41. But we've got this big straight here, which we are going to lose a lot of time. You can see Quartararo actually is closing in somewhat. Well, let's see what the gap is going to be as we go really strong on the brakes and chuck the left boot out. Taken 0.2 of a second away, 0.3 of Fabio Quartararo as we now go to the left-hand side for turn 17, bringing on the ride height device nice and prematurely there, but we are going to cross the line. We were temporarily the fastest man on the circuit, but Enea Bassanini in 5th position, looking quite strong with the 146.401, so Aleix ahead of us, and now it's our time to bring on the power and bring the battle to Aleix ahead of us. So now to the right for the checker corner, we'll move it over to the left-hand side. We'll move the bike over in anger as we go into turn 4, and then brake on the angle. I must be very careful here of not going into the rear brake frenzy, which I've been doing since playing a lot of Superbike 22. What I mean by that is I use a hell of a lot of rear brake for Superbike 22, and when coming over to MotoGP, the rear brake doesn't really work the same way. It's a bit like using the rear brake from MotoGP to Ride 4. If you use it in Ride 4, it's just absolutely lethal to use compared to these sort of games. But we did lose a bit of time to Aleix as Fabio closes in on us in the corkscrew just a moment ago, but from the Marquez corner onwards and now into turn 11, then into turn 12, we could get a lot of time back here as we go firm on the anchors. Full rear brake, a lot of front brake being applied as well as we then lift the bike up and chuck it over to the right hand side for turn 13. So 0.6 of a second is the split. Lap 3 here in 6th, of the Grand Prix of Aragon as we now get that change of direction nice and tight to the apex. That was beautifully done. It's reminiscent of Crutchlow's battle between Andrea Dovizioso and himself many years ago. That may have actually been in 2013 or 2012. 2012 seems more like a reasonable choice there. But now into turn 16, closing in on Aleix Espargaro. He's going to have a good old look behind him. I think he's wasting his time. Surely can hear the Yamaha just purring behind him or screaming in anger as we bring on the power. We're going to get very close to our previous best lap time. What do you know? It's the exact same lap time there. 146.967. So pretty decent so far. But now it is time to our turn to play defence against Aleix Espargaro. Now we may be able to pull away, but who knows what's going to happen in this battle. So moving over to the left-hand side, back into turn 4. Must be very careful that we don't lose too much concentration and start using the rear brake a bit too abruptly. So 0.3 of a second is the gap. Espargaro in second, Quartararo third, looking for that top podium. Third place for him with a sight of no Pecco Bagnaia would have been brilliant for the championship, but sadly for Pecco, it certainly, sadly for Fabio, it didn't quite work out that way, did it? But Jack Miller in 4th, Bastianini 5th, Marquez 6th, Zarco in 7th, and Miguel Oliveira down in 8th place as things stands. So now bringing on the power. I must mention actually that this bike is an opportunity for me to use in my MotoGP 22 career mode, so I may have to look into that when I go back into the career mode. But wide into turn 12 there. We've lost not one, just the one position, but okay, things are getting a little bit scary. Making that mess and mistake into turn 12 has certainly cost us. Could we get the change of direction on Espargaro here? Not quite. It would have been very impressive there. Would have been a move for the season if that had been done. We're bringing on the power with the second power setting. See Quartararo just moving forwards and backwards there. No idea what's actually happening behind us in this particular part, but look at us coming out of the braking marker there into 16, ahead of Aleix Espargaro. 35 begats 41, as we have now got a chance of getting further up the road on this penultimate lap, or at least when we start the penultimate lap, now as we cross the line. So 0.8 of a second we lost during that little bit of a fracas going into turn 12. It's not a big issue. We can certainly keep the lead, but with Jack Miller moving up to second place, maybe the Ducati man's got something up his sleeve here. The great friends of Cal Crutchlow and Miller are going to do battle any moment now. So JM versus CC here into turn 5. Are we going to see anything from the Aussie just yet? It doesn't seem to be making an appearance at the moment, but with time ticking down, of course, one lap and a little bit to go, this one is far from over. The lap times always seem to be coming down against the AI when you're fighting against the hardest AI in MotoGP 22, and mistakes have been made again. Turn 8 this time, catching out Cal Crutchlow. Old man reflexes from myself and Cal at this time around, not really getting the braking right in the most important parts of the track. But now into turn 10, 11 and then into 12, it's very, very important that we get the braking markers right here. So firm on the anchors, we'll go for 12. So, have we got it right? It's still a little bit deep. But we're still on the cusp of chasing down Miller. Bad lap times going in from us once again. It's going to be a whole second slower after making that mistake into turn 8. But now with the change of direction, this could be crucial for a last corner manoeuvre on the penultimate lap, if we're close enough, that is. Into the slipstream we'll go. 0.4 of a second separate us right now as things stand. 0.3 of a second to Aleix Espargaro behind, but that is plummeting rapidly before we get to the braking mark into turn 16. Now for the left-hand side. Tell you what, we have a lot of grip at this stage of the Grand Prix. Up on the inside of Jack Miller, we didn't see it coming. Ride height device enabled, and across the line we'll start the final lap. And look at that consistency again, that is bizarre. 2 laps, we had the exact same lap time, and then the next lap, 1,000 of a second difference. Rather strange. I wish that was all 4 of them very close, but sadly not. Just there seem to be those 2 lap times that we got similar, if not the same lap times. Well, starting the final lap. Oh goodness me, Jack Miller was very close to tagging the back of the Yamaha YZF-R M1. Certainly wouldn't want that to happen, not at this stage of the Grand Prix when we have a wonderful chance of winning a race for the first time since 20... Oh goodness me, another mistake coming in this time. You can tell I'm not used to playing MotoGP 22. We've dropped all the way down to 4th. Oh goodness me, I just want to get on the podium. Okay, I would have loved to have the victory, but if it's not going to be possible, at least let me get on the podium. So excuse me, Fabio Quartararo, Cal Crutchlow coming through. We now reclaimed third position once more, but it's another lap time and another mistake. We should be miles ahead of the pack right now, but up on the inside, can we get up the inside of Aleix Espargaro? It's going to be a late manoeuvre into the 12th corner. We lead on Aleix Espargaro, and we now regain the podium position. Jack Miller makes a big mistake there. Big wheelie as well coming out of turn 13 just a moment ago, but for now, it's down to this. The top end speed of that Ducati is going to disappear. But can the Iwata factory fight back here? Can we get back at them? I don't think we can. 0.3 of a second. It's going to be an audacious lunge, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to have to go for it, though. Firm on the brakes we'll go, slipping it up on the inside of the Ducati. We've ran it deep. Miller will respond, but we'll respond again if we can. We're going to force our way if we have to. We certainly do. Right high device enabled, and we're going to get across the line. Victory for Cal Crutchlow in MotoGP 22. So guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Excuse the picture. I can't fake that one, unfortunately, but yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. If you really enjoyed, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.